Hartford Scouts, and we're going to show you a few highlights of our sporting achievement, as we couldn't possibly fit them all in.
Burn the Line was where we went down to Leybourne Woods and we went to build some wooden rafts which we made from twigs.
It was a team effort to do it all, because it's like some people needed to collect the twigs, some people needed to put it together.
It's a good team building event, and it's quite fun.
We had to go in front of 4 leaders, and if you got the highest score, you had to do what you designed to the cubs or the beavers.
We all had to think of something we needed to achieve, and my one was to pass my dancing exam.
Mine was to score a goal in my new football team, and I did it.
My aspiration was to join the Air Cadets. One of the things I've always wanted to do was to fly and join the Air Force, so the Air Cadets, I think, is the best way I can do that.
I was riding for about 2 years, and I could walk, trot, canter, gallop.
You had to bring in a potato. We turned the lights off and put all the potatoes in the middle, mixed them up, and you had to find your potato, just to show that all the potatoes are the same, but they're all different in different ways, just like everyone is equal.
Well, basically, when we went to family camp, we did many activities, but one was helping the hedgehogs and birds. We made hedgehog houses out of planks of wood, and then out of our juice bottles, we cut a hole out of it, then filled it with seeds and painted it a camouflage colour, and then all the birds ate out of them.
One of the community comments, we had to go all the way down to Larkfield Leisure Centre, and we asked all the things what people wanted to change about the public. So what people said, everyone's got to clear up after their dogs, everyone's got to no graffiti and things like that.
We dug into the grounds and then helped the river flow and trimmed all the hedges if they needed and trees back, so it'd be safer for people and wildlife.
We did a litter pick thing to help the environment as well and the wildlife. Well, as Scouts, we try to please people, and the community is obviously important, so we try our best to please people by picking after them, and hopefully they'll know that having a nice clean community is better than a not nice one. We had to do a scary tent for the beavers. Each beaver had to write their fears on a fish and put them in a pond. In one room we had a room full of spiders and creepy crawlies.
In another room we had ghosts, and there was a box and there was some spongy things that you had to put your hand in and feel around, and Magda scared a few people doing that.
They all came out really happy, except from 2 who got a bit scared by the hand in the box. But I think they faced their fears.
We went into pairs with our friend, and they had a blindfold on, and the other person led them around. They had to follow this string, and they take them to this chair, and if it was your friend, then they would give you nice food.
The scariest thing was when we did the trust your friend ones, because we didn't really know what to expect, what our friends were going to give us as a food, and we also did, but we had to fall back into their arms, see if they would catch us or if they would let us fall.
Our Olympic value for the challenge was friendship, and the first thing that we did was the most important, the opening ceremony. And this involved getting all the old biscuit tins left over from Christmas and make them into musical instruments, like drums. Then we sat in a big circle with Julie leading us, and we had to play rhythms. And this was friendship, because we all had to work together to play the rhythms and it not just sound like a low banging.
One evening we got into partners in the kitchen, and one person was blindfolded and the other person had to tell them what to do, and all the ingredients were laid out on one counter, and the other person told them where all the ingredients were and how to make the sandwich. This showed trust and friendship.
And I put my hand in the sandwich.
One night we did an Australian night, and we did activities such as making fairy bread and Vegemite sandwiches,
boomerang painting, map coordinating, flip-flop throwing such as thong throwing, and Aussie slang. This showed friendship because we had to work together in teams and beat all the others.
And we did a little booklet about Tonbridge and sent it off to the Australian Scouts because the Australian Olympic team was there.
Staying in Tonbridge.
Well, the first challenge being Feast or Famine, as it covered the Olympic value of equality, we were split into 3 groups, and so one group would have like the lower class where they had to eat from the floor with like rice. The second group, which me and Nathan were in, we had a table and like some basic utensils and we had a plate to put on some sausages and rice. Whereas Chris's group, as they had like all the privileges, and whenever they like wasted their food, so they chucked it down the bin, they could have like thought that like the people who don't have those privileges, they could have like had that.
We learned from this challenge that no matter what background you come from or who you are, everyone is equal and everyone should be treated as equals.
And the rice doesn't taste nice.
The other challenge for equality was tactile maps. We drew down the area and filled it in with the stuff we needed.
But we used the different materials so blind people would be able to feel their way around the map we made and navigate their way around different places.
One of the things was my greatest achievement, and I wrote down raising nearly £300, and my inspiration was my friend Liam, a family friend, who died of leukemia cancer in the Royal Mardens Hospital unit, and the money was go towards a new children's unit.
My greatest achievement was probably winning the mini rifle shooting competition we did after our 100-day challenge, and everyone kind of inspired me because like everyone was kind of there saying that I could do it, and everyone, and like the Olympics as well being like just there, you could see what the athletes were doing.
My greatest achievement was coming third in a really big horse riding competition, and my horse riding instructor inspired me.
My greatest achievement was being chosen to go on a massive scout camp where only a few of us could go. It was to Candice, Switzerland, to meet other scouts from all over the world and do other activities which you'd never experienced before.
And Andy and I have just both come up with the same value, which is inspiration. And what have you two come up with as your value?
Determination is the one that I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, I think determination, but also friendship. They've really bonded in their groups, and just the way that they are working as teams to solve the problems and solve the challenges. It's been great.
At the end of the day, kids love to be winning, and we made them all winners because if they took part in all the activities, everything was achievable, and we've got loads of gold medalists out there with these badges that we have.
Whatever crew of people have come up with this, wow, 10 out of 10. When I first looked at this, there was a certain degree of trepidation, I have to say. There's a huge amount of work involved with this, but the way it's been laid out, the objectives, the aims, some of the illustrations have helped us tremendously to deliver this programme. The kids have done every one of them. They've thoroughly enjoyed it. 10 out of 10, kids. Well done. Yeah!